You're 28 years old. You're sitting alone in your apartment at the It's so quiet you can hear your old refrigerator humming. In front of you is a laptop playing some mindless YouTube video. The blue light reflects off your pale face. A face has just finished a 12-hour shift. The only reward for your miserable existence at this moment is a large pepperoni-pizza. It's dripping with grease. The cheap mozzarella is already starting to solidify. The smell of burnt dew and the taste of salt are the only things keeping you alive. You're too tired to chew. You're too hungry to be patient. You take a bite. A bite that's way too big. The soft dew and the chewy layer of cheese slide down your throat. But instead of allowing your esophagus to be digested, it stops, it goes astray. It's sucked into your larynx via an unconscious inhalation we're logging a moment in the video. Physics does care about your amusement. The slice of pizza forms a perfect blob, a biological cork. It seals your windpipe with the precision of a mechanical engineer. You cheeto inhale, but instead of air, you only feel vacuum that pulls the sticky cheese even tighter into your larynx. Oh, hello, are you still there? You're about to put your hand in your throat and cook like crazy, like those B-movie theaters on television, right? You think you have time to knock over the water glass, to bang on the table, to make some noise, to hope a neighbor will come by and perform the Heimlich maneuver like a savior. Forget it. Movies always lie to twist the romanticized view of death. In reality, suffocation is a terrifyingly silent process. There are no screams, because to scream, you need air flowing through your vocal cords. But your air has been held hostage by a $3 slice of pizza. Welcome to the reality check on the limits of biology. Today, we're going to dissect exactly how your body is tearing itself apart from the inside out, all because of one tiny technical error while eating. Look at the clock. Every second now brings you one step closer to nothingness. Second 5. Your brain receives signals from the chemoreceptors in your carotid artery. The oxygen level drops, but what really triggers the catastrophe isn't the lack of oxygen. It's the build of carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide can escape. It begins to dissolve in the blood. It forms carbonic acid. The potential of hydrogen of your blood begins to drop. Your blood gradually becomes more acidic, like biological vinegar flowing through your veins. Your central nervous system reacts with a single command, cough. Your diaphragm spasms violently. It trees force burst air out of your lungs to expel the foreign body. But remember physics? For an explosion, you need pressure. Your lungs empty after this violent inhalation. Every spasm of the diaphragm only pulls the cheese deeper into the larynx. It's like trying to suck a cleaning racking tool the hose of a vacuum cleaner. The harder you suck, the tighter it gets stuck. Second 20. Primal panic risks. This isn't the fear of rational adult. This is the fear of the reptilian brain. Your adrenal glands pump a massive amount of adrenaline into your bloodstream. Your heart rate shoots up to 150 beats per minute. Your heart is pumping like a broken pump, as desperately trying to get oxygen to the brain. But there is no supply. It's just circulating stream blood full of chemical waste and acids. The increase in heart rate is fatal evolutionary flaw. Because the faster the heart beats, the faster it consumes what little remaining oxygen is in your tissues. You're burning to your last reserve energy in a pointless panic. The capillaries in your eyes begin to burst to the increased pressure in your chest. The whites of your eyes turn bright pink. A cold sweat breaks out, not because the heat, but because your sympathetic nervous system is collapsing. Second 45. Your brain begins conserving energy. It shoots off power to non-essential areas. Your peripheral vision blurs. The world narrows into a dark tunnels. The neurons in your cerebral cortex begin to malfunction. They can maintain the membrane potential without adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate can be produced without oxygen. You begin to feel strange euphoria. This is a hallucination oxygen deprivation. Your brain releases endorphin at the last second, like an anesthetic before an execution. You see dying points of light. You hear rushing sound like ocean waves. You try to stand up, but your legs no longer belong to you. Your fine motor reflexes have vanished. You fall to the floor. Your head hits the edge of the table hard. This pain doesn't even register in your consciousness, because in this moment, your body is nothing more than a machine whose individual parts are filing one after the other. Minute 2. The biological betrayal enters its final phase. Every attempt by the body to save itself becomes a weapon. The carbon dioxide buildup paralyzes the respiratory centers in the brainstem. Even if a slice of pizza were to fall out now, your brain might already have forgotten how to send the command to your lungs to breathe. The muscle tissue begins to release potassium into the bloodstream. The electrolyte balance is completely disrupted. Your heart begins to fibrillate. It no longer beats in rhythm. Instead, it just trembles like a lump of jelly. No more blood being pumped. Your life is now measured in millimeters on the map of dying brain cells. You have passed the point of no return. Even if a top-notch medical team were to appear immediately, they could only save a lifeless shell. Your cerebral cortex, the place where the memories of your first love are stored. Your mother's name, your unfulfilled dreams, is dissolving into a useless biological sludge. Congratulations, you have officially become a byproduct of the evolutionary process, and it all started with just one too big slice of pizza. So, what does that actually feel like? You might think that these final moments are filled with a chest-tearing pain. You imagine your lungs burning as if acid had been poured into them. But the truth is cruel in a completely different way. The truth is a black hole of silence. When the oxygen level in your blood hits rock bottom, your brain, nature's greatest supercomputer, decides to raise the white flag. It knows the fight is over, and instead of letting you die in the screams of dying neurons, it opens the very last safety valves of love chemicals in the natural system. Endorphins, oxytocin, dopamine. These neurotransmitters are released in negative concentration, more than any synthetic drug ever known. This isn't compassion. It's just a biological defense mechanism when your energy is depleted. The pain from your head hitting the floor disappears. The frantic spasms in your chest cease. Your field of vision, which had already narrowed to a tunnel, now begins to dissolve into shimmering pixels of light. Like an old television slowly losing its signal, the sound from your laptop on the table drifts into the distance. The laughter in the YouTube video becomes distorted, echoing as it were coming from the bottom of the ocean. You feel a strange, weightless lightness, a sensation of floating, detached from the heavy lump of flesh that lies curled up on the corned linoleum floor. You are no longer an exhausted-faced worker. You are debt-free. You no longer feel the loneliness at 2 in the morning. You are nothing more than a stream of consciousness slowly evaporating. Darkness swallows the very last pixel of light. The screen goes black. There is no blinding light at the end of the tunnel. No angels are waiting for you there. There is no movie of your life before your eyes. Only absolute emptiness. The final annihilation of biological entity. Beyond subjective experience, reality continues through indifference. The room is exactly as it was before. The hum of the refrigerator continues. Your laptop still lit and silently skips to the next video. Only you have ceased function. It takes 2 whole days until the smell of biological decomposition creeps through the crack in the door and bothers the fastidious neighbor. Only tens of the police break down the door. They find no epic battle scene. They see no weapons, no signs of break-in. They see only a bloated, bush corpse, its abdomen swollen with intestinal gas, and a half-eaten slice of pizza on the table. The autopsy report will be a ludicrous summary of your existence. No pre-existing conditions, no toxins in the blood, just a healthy individual in the prime of their youth, killed by 20 grams of cheese and wheat flour. Your life insurance company will likely refuse payment. Citing accidental negligence, your family will have to lure on the worthless junk that you left behind. A Netflix algorithm will still display that meaningless question on the flickering screen. Are you still watching? That's your entire legacy. So, next time you order a pizza late at night to fill the emptiness in your life, remember to chew your food thoroughly. Don't let haste turn you into a biological joke. Enjoy swallowing everything safely, but don't press a sigh of relief too soon. Because your body is a minefield of biological design flaws. You think choking is silent crawls. Have you ever heard what happens when a teeny bat, as small as the palm of your hand, scratches you while you sleep? It will take months for it to silently write the genetic code in your brain. Until one day you wake up, look at a glass of water, and your body reacts with such terror that you bite your lips until they bleed. If you want to know what if it feels to slowly go insane and the of thirst ranks to the legs, click on the next video here on the screen. Watch, you know you're curious.